Alright, time to play through episode 2. Because so many of you had wanted to see it, I'm sure. Yeah. It's called The Ends of Saturn. That's like a little subtitle I was going to put under the game's name when I first started it. But, yeah. Now we're in space. You might notice there's a little bug. If I'm looking around very quickly, some of the walls behind me might disappear. It's hard to notice unless you're moving. But yeah, the game tries to hide the walls that are like behind the camera, but I didn't get the math quite right, so sometimes it just disappears. In fact, if I change up the field of view, well, okay, I guess I capped the field of view at 90 because if you put it up, then you could see the glitch. Alright, so this is the Banshee thing. Shoots missiles. They actually kind of look like fish, but okay. Exploding fish. And it's basically based off of the final boss of Total Evasion 1. Eh. The song that is playing right now is actually the second song that I had made for the game. It's quite old at this point. Getting my butt handed to me. Okay. So, let me try and remember what that says. It's like, oh yeah. It says dick butt. That was an old meme. Secret. Hard mode in this game is kind of impossible without the secret rooms. Whoops. But yeah, I wasn't as experienced with game development, so I made a game that was hard enough to keep me interested, and that was way too hard for most people. So after I released it, I added in a last-minute, easier mode. Like, it's called Easier. And it just doubled your health and, like, increased the value of health pickups and stuff. Just crunching a bunch of numbers. It was very half-assed, I would say. Because it didn't actually address the parts of the game that actually made it really difficult. The biggest issue is the way you take damage from enemies when they're touching you. Your health just plummets because you're taking damage every frame that the enemy is touching you. And so, basically, if you get caught in the middle of a crowd by accident, then you're just dead. So I'm thinking, you know, if there were to be a remake of this game, I would probably make it so that you can run into the enemies without taking too much damage, but then they will have, like, actual melee attacks that will do, you know, a significant amount of damage. You know, it's like the imps in Doom, you know, that's a good way to model it. Whack. Also, fun fact about this weapon, the Sign of Madness. From what I remember, the code that detects if you hit something is kind of separate from the rest of the code. So, certain entities, like the chickens, you cannot kill the chicken with this sign, because its code for hit detection does not include the chicken. So, it's just a little quirk. It's actually kind of unfortunate, because you don't want to waste your ammo trying to hit a chicken, right? Well, there goes my deathless speedrun. Oh well. In case you didn't notice, the Parasu has good knockback. Ow. Perhaps I should be careful. Yeah, I noticed the player's collision tends to get stuck in this hallway. On certain corners, it just won't slide off very smoothly. Yeah. My collision algorithm was kind of, you know, not as good as it could have been. Okay, I need to get. Oh boy. I'm gonna die. Oh wait, no. No, this isn't the same level. So, if you hit the enemy with the sickle at just the right distance, you can do quite a bit of damage because, you know, it moves in a sort of arc. It accelerates forward, and then it starts turning back, and there's this hot spot right at the crux, at the crux. That's not a word. Crux? The apex of the speed curve, right? And that's where it stays in the same place for the longest, so if you hit an enemy at that distance, where they're in the apex of the swing, then yeah, that's a lot of damage. Pro tip. Actually, in one of the remake prototypes, I toyed with this feature where if you held down the mouse, the sickle would go slightly further, And so you could sort of control how far it went, so you can try and get the enemy within that apex. However, I'm not sure if I would keep that feature because it's so subtle that I don't think anyone would really know to take advantage of it. Ah! There we go. I suck. Okay. Whack. I hope this isn't just an hour-long video of me playing E2M2. Wow. I guess I can cut out some parts if I need to. Another problem with the game's difficulty is the fire guys here. They move very sporadically in a way that's hard to predict. So, from what I remember, the code basically has them move in a random direction and then stop at a random time. However, the timing between their fireballs is usually pretty consistent, so that helps. However, if two of the fire wraiths run into each other, I couldn't figure out. This was 2015. I wasn't as good of a programmer as I am now, so I was like, if they run into each other, I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to make them both start firing and hope that they'll recalculate their trajectory away from each other. So, if two of the fire guys touch, then they'll start firing very rapidly at you, so it's a bit of an oddity. Get dunked. See, I don't remember every secret, just most of them. I kind of regret not adding a little humph sound. That's always fun, to just spam the E key. Anyways. Of course, you know, it would have sounded weird because the protagonist is like female and I am distinctly not female. I guess I could have gotten a friend to do it, but it's hard to make my friends do anything. There you go. No! Did you have to revive that one in particular? Why is past me so evil? I guess comes with the namesake. Alright. So, my naming scheme for these first few levels was like, deadly word plus mistake word. Alright. You know, usually when I'm designing levels, I will say a lot of times when I'm making games, when I get to level design, I get stuck a lot. I'm kind of bored, anxious, I remember when I was working on episode 2, I was starting to get a little burnt out. So, anyways. When I work on levels, I usually put on like a podcast to just keep my mind engaged, I guess, you know? Kind of help me ignore my anxiety over over not knowing what to put in a level, so I put on these podcasts while I make the level. And so now, when I see certain parts of the levels I've made, I will just recall random bits and pieces of, like, the podcast I was listening to. I don't remember listening to anything when I worked on this level. I mean, that was quite a few years ago, so probably faded away. But it did give me that vibe. Kind of felt like there was something I was listening to when I was making this level. Now I'm thinking, it might be neat to have a little time-lapse of me designing a level with the original editor. Okay. So this is actually the part that I used in one of the thumbnails for the game. Why? Why did I do this to myself? So... Another fun fact about chickens. So when you're shooting them out of the cannon, right, the egg will hit the wall, like a wall that's over lava, and then the chicken will spawn and it will be walking along the lava. And of course, I didn't actually implement lava collision, so the chicken is like immune to lava, basically. Technically, you know, everything in the game is immune to lava. I just sort of put invisible walls around pools of lava so that you can't walk into them. I'm not sure what motivated this choice, because that's pretty uncommon. But, it's just how it be. Alright, buddy. So the power-up armor, I think it's actually an interesting idea. I remember one thing I critiqued about Doom was that you had this armor, but it was just like, what's the point of it? Like, you already have health, and so, like, all the armor did was, like, change how much health you lost, which was, like... it was basically imperceptible, the effect of the armor, so it felt kind of pointless to have it. So, I tried to add, like, a special kind of armor in this game, right? So you got the bullet armor, which gives you infinite ammo, and so you take damage, and it damages your armor, and so when your armor breaks, you no longer get the power-up. So I thought that was a neat way to, sort of add some innovation to that mechanic. However, it's still pretty imperceptible. I often forget that I have, like, the power-up armor, even though there's, like, text at the top of the screen. Okay. So it's pretty easy to forget that you have armor. Like, you never... There's no indication for when it breaks. Probably should have had some kind of sound effect there. Bien. Okay. Speaking of Bliens, I'm hoping by the time I start making that remake, I will... jeez, okay. Maybe I should, like, focus or something. How long have we been doing this? 20 minutes, ooh. Okay. Time to turn on Pro Gamer mode. So, speaking of Bliens, I'm hoping when I start making on this remake, I hope to implement Russian localization. Because, you know, I've been learning this language in school for like 3 years, and I don't have much to do with it. You know, all this knowledge is just brimming in my head, just trying to get out, trying to be used. So, it might not be that hard to translate it. I've got a pretty good grasp on the language. I'm not great, but I can basically just look at other localized games and sort of, you know, take those words that they use and, you know. I ain't copy-pasting from a Google Translate, though. That's lame. That's lame. I'm going to do it myself. When I had this game on GameJolt.com, that's like a indie game sharing site, I got locked out of my account recently, actually, so I guess nothing's going on that account ever again. Because I can't access my email. So, and if I contact support, they're going to be like, you need to call us from your email that the account is associated with. But the problem is that my account is not associated with my email anymore, for some stupid reason. So, yeah, it's lost. I just hope nobody starts, like, linking to viruses using my account. That would suck. Whack. So yeah, Total Invasion 2 on GameJolt, I noticed, had a little analytics section. And, so it would tell me sort of the demographics that were playing my game. So for Total Invasion 2, I noticed like you know, most of the players were of course, you know, from the US or Britain, right? There's about a 20% Russian demographic, which was interesting. There's also a sizable number of Portuguese users, but I think that's just sort of a constant across the whole site. It just tends to attract people from who speak Portuguese. Still, I thought that was neat because, you know, there might actually be an audience for a Russian localization. Where am I going? There we go. Woo! Took me long enough, huh? Fatal Flaw. It's a factory. Die. Die, chicken. God. I kind of hate these grenades, I must say. they're like, I just keep missing. And they don't bounce off the walls like you'd expect them to. Like, you know, with the basic physics, you know, when you throw something at a wall, it bounces off. It's like a refraction. But what these grenades do is that they they just bounce straight back at you, instead of like reflecting along the wall. Like, this grenade is supposed to go this way when I shoot it, but it doesn't. Because what I basically did was I reversed the velocity. I reversed the sign of the velocity numbers, so yeah, it just goes straight back, it hits you, and that's very unpleasant. Means you can't really use the grenades indoors very well. Excuse me. Alright. It's our boy, Joffrey. Here comes this douchebag who will undo all of our progress. Nice to see you again. Alright. Another significant flaw that makes the game unnecessarily difficult. So these missiles, they explode and they do a lot of damage, right? But if you're hiding behind a wall and the missile hits the wall in front of you, you will take damage regardless of what's between you and the missile if you're within the radius of the explosion. Which means you can't really take cover very well. So that's something I intend to fix. It just needs to have a simple raycast done between the missile and the player. But, you know, I was writing this code years ago. My raycasting code was like an absolute mess and it was slow. I didn't want to use it, so... Whack. Whack. Oh, that's it, huh? So now we have... Oh. That's a switch? I did not remember this secret, okay. But yeah, now we have conveyor belt floors that sort of move you around. So basically, what the conveyor belts really are is, you know, you have an animated floor texture, and then I just have invisible block on top of each one that, you know, when you're inside of it, it just pushes you. So that's how that works. Whack. You know, I'm contemplating. What if I added, like, that thing in, I guess they already did this in Brutal Doom, but it would be nice to have just a, you know, like a button that makes you give the bird, flip off your enemies, because I feel like this game would be a good fit for that sort of feature, because, you know, a lot of these level designs are just kind of douchebaggy, and you wanna express that, you know. I didn't put very many air horns in this episode, which is unfortunate because it's quite a tough one, and I think you need the chance to celebrate your victory. I always remember when people get the air horn, they're always asking, what does it do? But it doesn't do anything, it's just an air horn. But what if it did do something? I suppose if there was, like, infighting between the enemies, and you blasted the air horn, they would all just attack you. That might be useful for, like, crowd control. But of course, this game doesn't have infighting. I might experiment with that in a remake, though. Alright. Get diddled. What? So now I have the blue card. What do I do with it? Why am I asking you? I made this stupid game. Alright, there we go. I need a brown key card. I need a key. I love that, oh, there we go. This game was also kind of inspired by, Blood for DOS. I really liked the atmosphere of that game, and I wanted to sort of beckon to it at certain points. Though, what's especially good about the game is the voice acting of the character. It's just... Caleb's voice is just so... It is so grimy. It is soothing. I would listen to, like, a podcast with this guy just going like, yeah, I picked up some groceries yesterday. It would put me to sleep, I guess. But yeah, you can, when you try to open a door and it needs a key in Blood, he just says, I need a key. And then, like, you can just keep spamming that button, and he'll just, you know, it'll restart the audio line, so you can just spam it. I find that amusing, for some reason. Heck yeah, Joffrey. Alright, there we go. Actual progress is being made. I hate this level. There we go. The fuck you doing out there, Joffrey? So, this door here is actually kind of a checkpoint. So, when you die, you restart the level. And you can save in this game, which, yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. But when you save, it doesn't save like it does in Doom. What it does is, it saves what level you're on, what items you have, and what key cards you have. So if you save after getting the brown key card and you die, then you can come up here and use it to take a shortcut, and that makes the level a little less brutal. Because, you know, I did not... It seemed pretty complicated to me at the time to implement a saving mechanic that would just save, like, everything, like where the enemies are, all of the missile positions and all that. So that would require serializing the entire game state, and I wasn't up to that. I took a lot of shortcuts with this game, but that's what allowed me to make it in the first place. But in the remake, I definitely want to make an actual fully featured save. You know, because it's a pretty brutal game, and if you don't have save states, it's just going to turn people off. There we go. I'm actually doing pretty decent at this level so far. I usually have a tough time with this. But I guess, since I have ammo from the previous level, that gives me an advantage. A lot of these really tough levels can be really solved by just adding more grenades, I would say. You also don't see the double grenade launcher much in this episode, but I suppose that's because it's supposed to be a special sort of weapon, like the BFG. Though honestly, it's not that good. It just fires 2 grenades instead of 1. Which, you know, it can take out, like, a boss. But the grenades, they don't have the same trajectory, so if you're aiming at someone, one grenade will hit, and the other will just keep going. It's good for crowds, I guess. Now, I'm wondering if I already mentioned this in the previous episode 1 playthrough. Let me take a drink here. So, there was another weapon I was going to add to the game in the original design document. I call it design document, it's just a text file, but I don't want to waste all my ammo. Alright. So, I was going to add a weapon called the Impulse Pulverizer, is what I, nicknamed it. It would basically be sort of a chain gun, but it would fire lasers, and it would have a very large knockback, so that, like, you would just be shot backwards, and I thought that would be kind of funny, if a bit annoying, but I think it works like that in there's an indie first-person shooter called Gun Gods with a sort of a similar, like, look and feel to this game, and I believe the chain gun in that game has, like, a pretty large knockback for you, so I guess it works. I went around in circles. I wonder if there's any secrets here. Secret. 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 Ah! Secret. There we go. Plonk. Where'd you come from, bro? Oh, he shot the healing ball and it went down the hallway, so now those guys are up and at it. I'll just ignore them. There we go. Diabolical Cataclysm. Very nice. So, this level is nice. It's kind of neat because it's shaped like a pentagram. You can sort of notice the 5-pointed star here. And then it has little hallways branching off of it. You know, I mean, it's not very creative, but I think it's neat, eh? What? 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 Ah, there's a... Ooh. There's a so-called secret over here. Yes. And look, it's the guy from that blood game on DOS. Wow. Look, she says the thing from the game. Yeah. Anyways. I do love, in Blood, the cultist language. I absolutely love it because it sounds really ridiculous. Every time you die, they just shout like gibberish. And it sounds great. I love it. Kinda wish I did that with the Wraiths, but you know, I recorded their sounds. It's just my voice distorted by Audacity, the audio program. So I applied a little warble effect, and I usually just looked up some random foreign words to say, and then I distorted it. And that was the monster sound, and then I did some growling, and hey, it works alright. I think people remark that they like the monster sounds, so... So we need to get all the 4 keys so we can go through the final hallway here. No! This level just got much harder. I guess if I really wanted to, I could save my progress and then keep my keys when I die. That's a little bit of a... I mean, it's not cheating. I do have to, I don't want to make this video too long, so that might be what I do for this level. But maybe I won't need it, so... Teleports behind you. Nothing personnel, kid. Oh. There's another guy I didn't know about. No! Please, not again. That's a stupid way to die. No, no! God. Ah. Pain. Oh, I didn't mean to quit. What if I quit? What if I quit after recording all this? That would be terrible. Okay. You can go die. You there? Right there? Okay, good. Alright, let's try this again. This time with pizzazz. I want to preserve my grenades. Because, you know, there's going to be some tougher enemies up ahead, I think. There we go. Though I think my overuse of the sickle to conserve ammo is contributing to my multitude of deaths. I'm just too cheap to stay alive. Come on. There you go. That activated something. I don't remember what. Oh, look! A little surprise. Okay. That'll help. Brown key. Let's go. Alright. We'll go ahead and save that. Wow. I'm lost. I was thinking of adding a mini-map to this game pretty early on. I don't know what happened to that. I guess I was just, you know, I didn't feel like going through that effort. Felt like it was unnecessary because the maps are pretty small. Though, that doesn't mean you can't get lost in them. Though, in general, I like mini-maps. It's just neat to see this tiny representation of the world. It would look really cool. I just don't think... I'm not sure if it would have much use. It would be kind of a pain to implement, because you'd have to, like, reproject all of the game items. You'd have to redraw them onto the 2D screen, which might have hurt performance unless you just had the map be a separate screen. Anyways, I was struggling with performance in this game because I made the engine kind of from scratch. I used OpenGL, so I defined all the vertices and triangles by hand, and so I didn't know how to optimize that. I just did whatever came first, so I was surprised I could get it to run at 60 frames per second, but on a low-end machine it would not perform that well. It's because instead of having the entire level be a single model that you render all at once with one command, I had each individual block of the level have its own, like, transformation matrix that you calculate every frame, and that just slows everything down. I went into the code and optimized it much later, a few years later. I'm not sure if that optimization actually made it into a released version of the game. But it's kind of too late to do that because... So I wrote the game in Blitz Max, which was a sort of a niche, obscure form of BASIC that could like do a lot of fancy things. And I had paid $80 for it because it was a commercial product at the time. But then the community sort of died, and so now it's open source. So you can find it on itch.io. It's a pretty nice language, I would say. It's very good for prototyping, and it's pretty versatile. I enjoyed using it. It's just, I had to move on from it because, if I want to like get a software development job, I need to like use actual coding languages that companies use sometimes, so... Alright. All 4 keys. Alright. We are almost there. This is the next to final level. There we go. Actually, you can find the secret level by pressing various sequence of push walls and switches. Alright, there we go. There it is, secret level. Do you want to go to the secret level? I think I'll complete the level first. Let's save it. Alright. Yeah, I'll complete the level first so you can see it, and then I'll play the secret level. It's a pretty tough one too, so I might not finish it. I might just cheat for that one, because it's like... It is a very unfair level. No way. Two switches. Get away. I believe this level actually psychs you out a little. So yeah, there's gonna be a mosh pit in there. Gotta make sure I'm fully stocked. Actually, I guess I need to kind of get rid of those health pack designs, because I heard the red plus sign has been trademarked. Not that anyone would care enough to sue me, but yeah, I'll have to make it green, because corporations are low pedantic, I guess. Let's try not to die. That's a good goal. Goal for 2021. Wait, no. It's already 2021. Goal for 2022. Not die. I think that's a good goal. But like all goals, you may not meet it, and it may not necessarily be your fault. Alright. We're going to, I forgot a switch. There we go. Is there more health back here? Alright. Let's go. Alright. I hope this FOV doesn't make people dizzy. I did not take that into consideration. Okay. Die. stupid grenades. I think there's no secret. Ah, it's the hallway again. The hallway with the guys around the corner that surprise you. Yeah. This is not good game design. It's not challenging. It's just throwing shit at you. Alright. I am almost dead. Okay. I know this is a fake out. So I'm going to... I don't think there's any more health around here. Alright, time to get good. Ah. Oh, well, I guess I could be a coward like this. But wait, what if the wraiths are going to like teleporter camp? Then I get killed instantly. Hey fuckers. Go die, please. Hey! I did it. I did it! Alright. Hey, Joffrey. Anyways, water. Hydrate or die, kids. So, now I'm going to go play the secret level with 7 HP. I guess that involves walking all the way back. I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that. Alright, there we go. Let's get loaded up. We're gonna go... There we go. There we go. So, this level is, special, yeah? I just threw in a bunch of very dated memes, and just fucked with the game engine as much as I could, so... Yeah. You know, I don't think I credited this dancing skeleton gif. I'm sorry. If anyone in the world cares at all. Man, that room is unnecessary. Okay. So yeah, I took the MIDI of the song from Total Invasion 1, and then I replaced all of the instruments with air horns. I'm sure it's quite beautiful to the ears, but unfortunately I think we're gonna have to turn that down a bit. There we go. I can still kind of hear it, even though it's at 0, which is odd. Must be some sort of floating point error. Now, where's that blue key? Alright, man, shut up. Where are you? Alright. I don't remember where to go. So the super armor increases your speed by 2, but it's actually more of a disadvantage because it just makes you harder to control. I I done goofed. Alright. So, I don't want to play through this level again, so I'm going to turn on God mode. Cheat codes in this game work like Doom, so TD, DQD. There we go. Alright. No thanks. Alright. Hey, Joffrey. Alright. Oh, yeah. You see, the wraiths here are supposed to step out onto the conveyor belt and start, like, spreading around. And they originally did this, but something I changed prevents them from getting on the conveyor belt. I don't understand, so it's easy pickings for me, I guess. Ah, expandong door. Ah, very nice. Just what I needed. Alright. No. Surprise. Oh, now I'm outside of the map. Cool beans. Ah, there's a concession stand. Oh hey, there's the end of the level. I'll just shimmy on in here. Never mind. Alright. Well, time to get through this garbage. Swack. See, there's some big chilla dicks over here. Let's turn off God mode. There's our secret level. Don't you love it? Alright. I'll turn the music back on. It's time for a boss battle. Originally, I was going to have like a mother queen wraith sort of monster, but and it would be like sitting in like a pool of acid, and it would be really large. But then I realized I'd have to rewrite a lot of the engine to make it so that the ceiling could be taller to like fit the giant monster. So at the last minute, I just decided to do this mech here. I'm a little disappointed, but I think the boss is actually kind of fun because he's got some interesting attack patterns. He shoots these fireballs in a little cross pattern, and then he charges at you like this. This boss is ironically easier than the first one, but there we go. That's episode 2. I hope you found this mildly interesting.